Am I on? Are we on? What's going on here? Where am I? Why is this not working? Can y'all hear me? Come on. Okay. All right, am I on? Am I going? I'm confused. Okay. Hi, Ryan. Hey, Jeanette. Hey, Marilyn. Yep. Hey, I know. I think I forgot to click one box and it totally screwed me up. You know, sometimes. Yeah, that was a little bit of a rough start. Man, it is way behind. Yeah, there was one box I forgot to click, and for whatever reason, it threw me off completely. Got a piece of lint on your head. So how's everybody doing other than cold? It's getting cold here. I love Rosie's picture with that was Ryan. That was the picture I was telling y'all about last week that Ryan did. I remembered right before we went on that I needed to do something to get that out to y'all. So yeah, Ryan did that. He did a great job. Jet. What? Yes, it was a picture of you, Brad. So General Doodle. Uh, yeah, it was awesome, Ryan. All right, so uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how. We're not going to do drug rug today. Uh, yeah, no, we're not doing drug rug. For whatever reason, she's thrown up. She threw up once last night and once this morning. But it was right after she ate. So I think I've got to make some changes to not to her diet, but where I've got her. I usually keep her food over on that side of the room, and uh, I don't know. I usually keep her food on that side of the room, and with her being a CH, when she walks back to this side of the room, then depending on how much she falls and all that stuff, I'm thinking it may just be her eating a lot and then shaking herself up doesn't sit well with her, uh, but she doesn't seem to be acting any different. She doesn't seem to be acting lethargic or anything. So I'm gonna move her food to this side of the room where she spends most of her time, so that hopefully she doesn't have to shake herself up as much getting from the food and water bowl. Uh, and I'm going to keep an eye on her, see how she does before I make a vet appointment for, but I don't think there's any need for it. She doesn't, like I said, she doesn't seem to be acting any differently, other than she's just being more needy, because since I've been home a little bit more the last couple of days, then, of course, I spend a lot of time with her. Then, when I do something like go in the other room to make food or something, then it doesn't take her but about that long to start screaming for me. And it may be a form of protest also. That was one thing I think we had talked about in one of the very early episodes, was I learned from the vet that she used to go to that she had started peeing blood at one point, or her pee was getting pink, and it would usually be, she would pee like on the bed or something. This is when we were doing cat rescues, and there were a lot of new cats coming in the house, coming into her territory, and we didn't know if she had gotten sick from one of them, so we took her to the vet, and he tested her and did all kinds of stuff, and he said that cats on some occasions can get basically so pissed off that they make themselves pee blood, and since she was doing it, in places other than the litter box, then we kind of figured it was a form of protest, a form of expressing her displeasure at having other cats in her territory. So the fact that I've been home a little bit more here this past week, on account of there were some change orders on the job that I'm on, which necessitated doing some more design work and making some changes, which meant that I was not on the job site for a couple of days, which meant I was here doing some things and was able to spend more time with her. So I'm wondering if part of the throwing up might not just be a form of protest, of saying, well, Daddy's not in here with me, so I'm just going to puke. But like last night when she did it, she ate, I was up on the sofa, or I was on the sofa, I put her on the sofa with me, and she puked right behind me, almost puked on me. So I don't know if she was mad, or like I said, she did take a little bit of a walk around the living room before she came to the sofa. So she of course does fall over all the time. So she may have, it's like, when you were a kid, or if you have kids, tell your kids, eat a big meal, then, don't go run around right after you eat, you'll end up puking. But, she may have just shaken herself up. I don't know. I'm going to keep an eye on her for a couple of days during this freeze that we've got coming, and we'll see how she is. If I end up having to make an appointment toward the end of the week, so be it. But I'll keep everybody posted. But she seems to be fine. She seems to be doing just fine. She hasn't changed her, the way she acts or anything. So, Marilyn had said, Marilyn, I'm wondering how I can see it due to not having Facebook. I posted it on YouTube. I did a YouTube post, Marilyn. So, because I remembered that. I was like, not everybody has Facebook, so I wanted to do it. I was like, can't do it on Facebook. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, everybody comes to the live stream on YouTube. So apparently everybody's got YouTube or access to. So yeah, it's I posted it on YouTube, Marilyn. Yeah, and how she is right now. I mean, this is how she's been. She hasn't changed. She, even in the lead up to her puking almost on me last night, she was perfectly fine. So I'm thinking she just probably ate too much, and then, in the course of falling down a lot, got herself shaken up, because last night and tonight it was mostly food, and it was whole pieces of freshly eaten food. It's always right after she eats. It's not like just random times, like she'll go eat and then 2 or 3 minutes later throws up. But then she'll go eat other times throughout the day and be just fine. So she's eating, she's getting food, she's getting water. It's just, last couple of days, like I said, I don't know, maybe she's just gotten a little extra shaken up in her walking, or maybe it's a form of protest, like she's mad that I'm not giving her the proper amount of attention at that moment. but just to make sure to not, just to let her settle down, then we're not gonna do the drug rug, we're not gonna do fishy, we're not gonna do any of that, we're just gonna sit and chill, spend a little time with Miss Rosie, spend a little time with each other, just hang out, relax, and that'll be our show for today. Probably be a short one since there's not gonna be any drug rug or anything like that. So, I do wanna say, I don't know, I do wanna say I hope everybody prepares and stays safe during the coming winter Mageddon. Ryan, I don't know how much of it you're gonna, I mean, as far as the weather system that's moving through the US, you're not gonna be dealing with that, but I don't know what your winter is like. But I know that here, I mean, even here in Texas, I think it's Tuesday is supposed to go down to like 15 or 16, which to some parts of the country, that's, not a big deal. But for here in the South, here in Texas, and I believe Jeanette in Georgia, then it's pretty horrible. But for those of you affected by winter Mageddon, then yes, please stay safe, stay warm, stay outside. Stay inside. Outside, geez. Stay inside as much as possible. Please, everyone, stay safe. Going to be 13 degrees. Jeez. Best to let Rosie rest and chill. Yeah, and that's what I figure. We can skip drug rug and fishy for 1 week. Let the doodle rest. I really hope there's nothing serious with Rosie. We love our Rosie. Yeah, me too. Yeah, and I'll keep an eye on her. Throughout the next couple of days, and if she continues or changes in, she seems to be getting lethargic or anything like that, then I'll make an appointment with the vet. Marilyn says right now just cold and rainy in Brooklyn. Yeah, see, but being in New York, Maryland, I mean, I don't know how common 15-degree temperatures are in New York. I've been to New York a couple times, but not in the wintertime. So, I've been to upstate New York, I should say. But, so I don't know what the city, if, 15 degrees is, 13 degrees is something y'all regularly see, but here, no, we'll see temperatures in the teens, maybe once or twice a year in the wintertime, but and then some years we won't see it at all. The coldest we'll get is maybe mid to high 20s. But this week is that winter Mageddon that's sweeping through the country. But still, cold and rain, not good. Stay inside, stay safe. See, and this is part of how she gets spoiled. Every time I've got half a chance, even if I'm working on the computer, if I can manage to work with one hand and pet her with the other. So when I do have to do something that requires me to not be near her or in contact with her, she gets mad. Marilyn says, can be very cold with wind chill in the single numbers, but not right now. What are you doing, Lily? Good to go. There we go. Loaf mode activated. Is she purring? She's not purring right now. She was a little bit ago. When I came in from church, I laid down on the floor with her and snuggled with her for a minute. She was purring. She started purring. But right now she's just chilling. Yeah, in the single number, God, I can't remember the last time I even saw single digits. It may have been, geez, she deserves all the attention she can get. Yeah, beautiful loaf. You're a beautiful loaf, Doodle. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I saw single digits. It's been years. But again, I hate cold weather. I hate it with a passion. I mean, like I've told y'all before, it gets down below 60 or so, 65, then that's when I start getting miserable. That's when I try to stay inside. Yep. Yeah, we're supposed to have, I think it's Tuesday, not only is it gonna be, supposed to be down to 15 at night, during the day it's supposed to rain all day. So it's gonna be just barely above freezing during the day, then it's supposed to rain all night, then drop down to the teens, which means everything's gonna turn to a sheet of ice. So we'll see what happens from there. I know that the last time it got this cold back in 2021, there was a ton of pipes that froze and burst. I mean, a bunch of work after that, but yeah. So what do you think, Doodle? You ready for the cold weather? You're just gonna do what you normally do and do this. Just go into loaf mode and chill out. Look at you. Look at this. You just stretch that neck out. Here we go. Stretch. You're gonna stretch and fall out of loaf mode. See that? That's where this cat is so spoiled. Yeah, we're not gonna do any jumping or anything today, so I think I've got some old videos that I can post. Ooh, pardon me. We got hate ice, so scared. Yeah, it was I'd say a couple of years, probably 10, 12 years ago. There was a big ice storm came through, and we were working on a new construction, and like an idiot, I was like, "Oh, I'll go work. I'm dedicated." It took me almost 2 hours to get to the job site that was like 45 minutes away, and I almost wrecked God knows how many times. I get to the house that's under construction. It's freezing because, of course, it was a new construction. We were doing inside work, so there were walls up, but there was no heat or anything else running, and it was freezing. I was the only moron that showed up to the job site. And I think I worked about 2 hours and said, "That's enough. I'm going back home." So yeah. So I see we got some. So for anybody that's watching that may be new to the channel, normally what we do is we play with Rosie. We get her all hopped up on catnip and give her favorite toys. And just watch her have a good old time in her little CH way. But today Rosie's been a little sicky, so we're just gonna let her rest and enjoy the beauty of this little CH tuxedo napping and hang out with each other for a little bit. That's dedication. Hey, dedication or stupidity. It's fine. If this is a short stream, but can Rosie get... Oh, we're still going to do kisses and beans. We're still going to do kisses and beans. That's going to happen. Ryan said, must be strange weather for Texas. Yeah, it is. It normally gets cold. You know, we'll have a couple of cold snaps per year, but again, it usually doesn't. For a couple of days, it'll get down in the mid-20s or so. Getting down into the teens is very unusual. I think in the 16 years that I've lived here, I've seen this will only be the third year that I've seen temperatures go down into the teens. Like I said, mid to high 20s is not unusual, but yeah, teens is very unusual. And our winters are short anyway, thank God. Our winters usually maybe from like the first week of January until maybe even the second week of January, then up until maybe the second week of March. So really about 2 months. We get about 2 months of winter, and it's a fairly mild winter. But every now and again, and I honestly expect if we're getting temperatures in the teens in January, then we'll probably get temperatures in the teens again and sometime in February. February's, for whatever reason, February's usually the worst. So if we're in the teens on January the 19th, I'm certainly not looking forward to February. Marilyn says, no beans if it stresses Rosie. We might do light beans. I may, instead of holding her up to the camera, I may bring the camera over to her. Because as we all know, Rosie doesn't stay in loaf mode very long. She is sleepy though. She's barely keeping her eyes open. Are you tired today, baby? Why you look at me like that? So Daddy has a lot to do today. Daddy has lots of laundry to do, as you can see. I still have to get the red drug rug. I've got to wash it. Now I've got to wash the gray one that she was on last week, because that's the one she threw up on last night. You look tired. Are you tired? Are you sleepy? If she's anything like me, it's this weather makes you tired. God almighty. When it's cold outside, even though it's warm in here, it just makes me want to lay down and take a nap. What do you think, Doodle? Laundry is never done. Yeah, I know. I hate it, Marilyn. I hate it. But it has to be. It has to be done. But yeah, I'm thinking that I may actually, considering how cold it's going to be, I may actually, for the next couple of days, I may actually break my regular diet, my regular eating routine, and go get some milk to make hot chocolate. May enjoy some hot chocolate. Curled up with the Doodle. The Doodle doesn't get hot chocolate. Sorry, Doodle. It's cold, just want to snuggle. Yeah, really. That's what I'm talking about. Just turn on the hot chocolate. That's how. Yep. That, curl up, find something to watch. You don't normally have cow's milk. I used to. God, I used to drink milk like it was nothing. I mean, I love milk, but since I've changed up my eating habits the last couple of years, then I don't drink. Actually, I don't drink milk at all. It's either water, orange juice, or coffee. Is pretty much all I drink. But no, I love milk, but I'm not a big fan of any of the low fat or 2% or all that. If I drink milk, I usually drink whole milk, which is just, for what I've been wanting to accomplish with my eating habits the last couple of years. It's just a lot of, just a lot of stuff that I don't need. So I try to stay away from it as much as possible because I know me, and I know that if I do drink it, if I have it I had some in my refrigerator over the holidays simply because it was necessary. It was a necessary ingredient in some of the desserts that I made. But having it in there, I did have a glass or two of it, and every time I did, I was like, oh God, this is so good. But I was like, no, you can't have it, Scott. So I try not to keep it in the refrigerator, otherwise I will drink it. I may go get some today before it gets too terribly cold, and like I said, break my diet for the next couple of days and enjoy some hot chocolate. Because I know that I'm not going to be on the job site Tuesday because with it being raining and in the teens, the place that I'm working, the company that I'm doing some work at, they're more or less anticipating not opening Tuesday, so their people don't get out on the roads, which means there's going to be no access to the job site. So I know that about a 95% chance that I'm going to be sitting at home Tuesday, and I'm thinking that would be a good time. And as long as all my paperwork and everything's caught up, I don't, have something to do, or like in my case, I'll find something to keep myself busy. But it'd be a good opportunity to have some hot chocolate. Yes, with marshmallows, Jeanette and Marilyn, and maybe just curl up and binge watch something with Rosie. So there we go. There's a topic. Okay, so let's say nice cold outside, big old mug of hot chocolate. You're going to curl up and watch something. What is going to be your go-to movie or show? We'll see what everybody's response is, and then I'll give you mine. She knows what I'm going to say because she watches enough of it with me when I'm working. South Park, yes. Good answer, Ryan. Scary stories on YouTube. Okay. Nice, Marilyn. Let's see what Jeanette has. waiting on Jeanette. I really don't know yet. Don't watch much TV, but I agree with Marilyn. Okay. Well, mine would be TV shows would probably be air crash investigation. I love watching that. And or if it's a movie, it would probably be Star Wars. And only the first 6. So for any Star Wars fans that may be here, it would only be the original 3, then the 3 prequels that George Lucas did starting in the 90s. That, or like I said, air crash investigation, because I'm a pilot and I love anything to do with aviation, and in particular, as horrible as any air crash is, it's very educational to see what caused some of these crashes and what could have how they could have been avoided. So, because a lot of them could have been avoided. To be honest with you, most of them on some level could have been avoided. I got my. I'm just a private pilot, but I'm planning on going back and getting my instrument rating, multi-engine, commercial, all that stuff. It's just been a matter of time and resources. So, but I did, I got my pilot's license back in '01. I used to have a small airplane and sold it back in '05 and haven't done much, if any, flying since then, but definitely love it, definitely want to get back into it. So I went and got my third class medical back about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and again, was going to get back, am going to get back into it, but just, been so busy with other things, and then again, the resources. In other words, money, because flying ain't cheap. It was nice when I had my own airplane because I didn't have to worry about renting an airplane. All I had to do was pay for fuel, maintenance, insurance, inspections, and all that good stuff, which, with an airplane is not cheap at all. But since I didn't have to pay for aircraft rental, then the way I had it figured was that I'm saving a lot of money, so that way I was able to fly a lot more, which I did, but I flew so much and was spending so much in fuel and maintenance and all that stuff, then the way I looked at it was I was saving so much money I was going broke. So yeah. Let me see if I may be able to do this. I'll tell you what, before I try, I think I know roughly where a couple of pictures of my airplane are on my computer. If anybody wants to see me, if anybody wants me to take the time to try to find them and put them up real quick during this live stream, let me know. Otherwise, I don't want to waste y'all's time. Them airplanes are crazy expensive and sometimes really old. Yeah, well, see, and now mine was really old, but it was in really good shape. And airplanes in general, they go through, if they are properly maintained, then it really doesn't matter what how old it is, because like I said, they go through maintenance and inspections and all this stuff. It's not like a really old car. Excuse me, but they can be expensive. Mine actually wasn't expensive to buy. It was a little 4-seater Piper Cherokee, single engine, and I think it was a 1963 model that I bought in 2000, and think it was like, if I remember, it was like 37,000 and some change. So I mean, it wasn't much more than a car. Payments on it weren't that bad. I think payments on it were $600 and something a month. Insurance wasn't that terribly bad. I want to say it was like $150, $200 a month. But then it was the maintenance and everything, that maintenance and inspections. I mean, because you go get your car worked on, you might pay a mechanic $35, $40, $45, $50 an hour, where an A&P mechanic is going to cost you, probably $100 an hour. So, but all right, so we gotta. Let me see if I can find. Hey, Doodle, I see you. She's going to get irritated that she's not the center of attention. So let me see if I can find those pictures. Let's see here. Scott, Rosie is moving about. All right. Well, thank you for the heads up. Yeah, she's just bathing. Yeah, when she goes to what concerns me about her getting shaken up is, just imagine if you went and ate a big meal and then just flopped down on the floor and just started jumping around. That's kind of what happens to a CH just in the course of walking. I mean, y'all have seen her walk, y'all have seen her play. So just imagine getting a nice full belly and then just flopping around on the floor. I mean, it would probably make me throw up. All right. But yes, thank you for the heads up. Yeah, because I can see her in the monitor because the camera's pointed at her. So I know where they are on my phone, but my phone is acting as a camera right now, so I don't know if I can get to them. But I think I may know where I can find them. I think I'm getting close. I think. I may be wrong. Is your phone storage showing on your computer? Well, I don't have my phone hooked up to my computer. So I use Camo Studio as Okay, so I use OBS to run my live stream, and I connect my phone as a webcam through Camo Studio, and Camo Studio and my phone are connected wirelessly. So that just confused. My answer just confused me, Ryan, so I think I may have made the situation worse by, talking. I was thinking, no, I mean, I can't, well, yeah, I mean, I can use it, attach it. I used to attach it with the USB cord, but it's just been easier, and doing it wirelessly lets me be able to take my phone off the tripod and go get close-ups of Rosie and all that stuff. So this is why I need to be more organized. Tell you what, let me see. All right, so I'm going to try. Let me try this. I'm going to try to hook the phone up while I'm live streaming by USB. And then I can pull those pictures off of, if I can, then I'll pull the pictures off my phone. And put them on the computer. Then I can I'll put them in OBS and post them in the live stream. Yeah, see, I just plugged the phone in. I can access the phone storage, but it's not letting me access any of the pictures while I'm streaming. Yeah, she's watching me. She's being a little stalker. Yeah, see, I can access the phone, but I can't access what's on the phone while I'm streaming. So let me try something else. Wait a minute, trust. Maybe that was it. All right, so let me try this. I had to tell the phone to trust the computer. Are you being drawn by an art class, Rosie? this thing. Holy. Woo, this thing is not liking this. Oh, wow. Man, this thing is definitely not liking all the things I'm trying to do. Yeah, it's making my computer run slow. It almost shut down the OBS Studio. Yeah, I'm still not able to. It's still not letting me access the my pictures. So let me try this. Am I still streaming? Are we still there? Big plus sign. All right, are we? Well, let's see here. Oh, crap. Can hear you, lost video. Okay. All right, we should be coming back up. Only voice. All right, it should be. You talk about a live stream that has gone completely off the rails. Woo. Boy, this one has been interesting to say the least. All right, so when it went down to where it was only audio, then that was because I was using my phone to email the pictures to myself. So now, log into my email server, see if they're there. Then I can download them onto my computer. Then I can post them in OBS, which will put them in the live stream. See, and this is why I get terrified of trying to do something new, because I feel like I'm wasting y'all's time. And I'm like, okay, Scott, we logged in to see Rosie, not watch you butcher your live stream. And Rosie's still sitting there. She's still looking at me like, I don't know why you're not paying attention to me, Daddy. This is called the Rosie Show, not the Scott Screws Everything Up show. Okay. That one. Okay. I'm working on it. I promise. Okay. Now. We're almost there. Okay. What? No. No. Okay. Are we still here? I know, baby. All right. Oh. No, you're not. We can see Rosie. No. Okay. Now that I have caused this live stream to go completely sideways, what, baby? I know you want Daddy to come play with you. All right. So are we? What, baby? Okay. There we go. There's one of them. That's what is it, baby? See if it switches. What, baby? What doodle? But there we go. It took a while. Now, keep in mind, this is a picture of a picture that was in a frame. So probably not the best picture in the world. What is it, doodle? So yeah, there's one of them. That's me standing naturally outside the airplane. Can do everything. I wish. I appreciate the vote of confidence there, Jeanette. There you go. And there you go. There's our doodle, sharpening her claws on the sofa. Really nice play. Well, thank you. I enjoyed it. I loved it. I loved having it. I want to have another one day. And then, of course, here's me. Again, it's a picture of a picture. I think that was, what, baby? Meow, what? I know. You're not getting all the attention you need. Bad daddy. What? Yeah, the next one is coming up. I don't know why there's such a delay from the time I do something on camera or with regard to the, the live stream. It takes, today's actually even worse. It's like it's taken 45 seconds or more. So yeah, I think that was on a trip I flew from, because I kept the airplane at the Bessemer Airport right outside of Birmingham, and I think that was on a trip to Florida. I flew down for a little weekend trip. What is it, baby? What? Are you mad that we're not talking about the doodle? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, I love flying. Yeah, I mean that's actually that's why I went in the Marine Corps. Went to officer candidate school because I wanted to fly jets. I wanted to fly F-18s, and I broke my leg 2 weeks before graduating OCS first increment, and got a medical discharge. So that was my dream, was to fly F-18s in the Marine Corps, and got injured at officer candidate school, and that was it. So there's a friend of our family. He was a pilot in the Marine Corps, and I mean, yeah, I wanted to follow in his footsteps. But yeah, no, I love flying. Jeanette says she hates to fly, but I do believe I would trust Scott at the helm. Well, thank you. That's one thing that people used to tell me when I would take them up in my plane. Again, I was flying so much, it was, I'm saving so much money, I'm going broke, kind of thing. But I would take friends out to the airport, and we'd just go up, go fly around Birmingham, fly around Jefferson County area, just right around the airport. And the one thing that they always said right before we went up was, well, don't do any loops or anything like that. And I was like, because if they were hesitant of flying, especially in a small airplane, just, you feel every little bit of turbulence. But they were always, kind of prepping me, not to do this or not to do that. And I'm like, okay, well, first of all, I'm not trained to fly aerobatics. Number two, my airplane is not certified to fly aerobatics. And thirdly, even if I could and the plane could, for somebody, I want somebody to enjoy the experience of going up in a small airplane and being able to, see things from the cockpit point of view, so to speak. So why would I ruin that for them by doing something that they wouldn't enjoy? To me, actually, the most impressive maneuver that any pilot can ever make is a safe landing. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can do barrel rolls, aileron rolls, loops, and just pick an aerobatic maneuver. But if you can bring you and your passengers back safely, then to me that's the most impressive maneuver you can make. And besides, we always had a saying that there's a good landing is one that oh hell, I forgot it. What was it? Oh, a good landing is one you can walk away from. A great landing is one you can use the plane again. No, I always used to just like taking people up. Just am I even live streaming now? OBS does not show that I'm streaming. No, I seem to be. Okay. Yeah, I used to enjoy just taking people up, just fly straight and level, and let them see things from a different point of view. Isn't that the most dangerous part of flying and landing? Yeah, I mean, anything that is a change of state. So, in flying, you're most often going to run into problems when you go from one state to another. So you're taking off, you're transitioning from being on the ground and nice and stable in that condition to the takeoff, and then getting stabilized at whatever altitude you're going to fly. Now you're straight and level at cruise. So it's that transition from taking off to cruise, and then the transition from cruise flight to setting up for the landing. Now you've got other things you're talking to. If you're in controlled airspace, you're talking to the air traffic controllers. If you're in uncontrolled airspace, you're talking to other aircraft around you, so that everybody knows where everybody's at. Plus, you're making sure you're getting in the traffic pattern in the proper place, at the proper speed, at the proper altitude, and all this stuff. And then you've got your glide. You've got to be on a specific descent angle. So it's just the transition from one state to another is where things most often get sideways. Where you might forget about this, or you get too focused on this one thing and you forget, don't catch this thing. One thing that I did that I had a problem with when I first started taking lessons was, you should scan your gauges at all times. Scan. And I would, for whatever reason, on any particular day, I would focus in on a particular gauge. So like today, I may focus in on the altimeter. I would look at the other ones, but for some reason I would focus on the altimeter. And then maybe the next day I would focus on the artificial horizon. I'd look at the other ones, but today I'm locked in on the artificial horizon. Another day I'm focused in on the airspeed indicator. So it's like there's all, and my flight instructor finally he kept telling me, he's like, you need to scan. What finally got it through my head was he told me one day, he said, if you're going to focus on one particular instrument, focus on the clock. Don't take your eyes off the clock. Focus on that. I'm like, okay, why the clock in particular? He said, that way you will know the exact moment of impact. Like, okay, I got it. I need to be scanning the gauges. Don't look at just one. So yeah, he said, scan the gauges. He said, as you scan, if a particular gauge looks like, ooh, it's not where it's supposed to be, and then when you come back around, maybe give another couple of seconds. Okay, why is that? But keep scanning. He's like, yeah, so focus on the clock if you're going to focus on one. That way you'll know the exact moment of impact. Ryan says, is that why you transitioned to being a police officer, because of your experience in the military, the discipline, and the stoicism? I would like to say yes, Ryan, I really would. But to be honest with you, the reason I became a police officer, there was really only one reason and one reason only that I didn't become a police officer because I, felt some higher calling, some need to do good for my fellow man and all of this stuff. I mean, which is, all admirable, and I was good at my job. But the reason that I wanted to be a police officer is I wanted to do undercover work. I wanted to work narcotics, and I wanted to work undercover, making, buying dope and busting the bad guys. I wanted that kind of, what I, perceived at the time as just the adrenaline rush and, all that stuff. And I was really excited when I was in the police academy because I look a lot younger than I am. So you can imagine how I looked when I was 25 going through the police academy. And one of the instructors actually nicknamed me 12-year-old That was my nickname in the police academy. Was 12-year-old. Nobody believed I was even old enough to be there. Where are you going, Doodle? Are you mad that we're not talking? That I'm not playing with you? Yeah, a little bit. Okay. But now she nicknamed me 12-year-old in the academy, and they used to make she used to make the joke or the comment that she's like, yeah, you're not even gonna make it off the training car. You know, first time she said that, I was like, what do you mean, like I'm gonna fail the training car? She's like, no, you ain't gonna make it off the training car. She said, narcotics gonna snatch you up and put you undercover right off the bat. And I was like, yeah, and it never happened. So, but no, that was my, you know, when it didn't work out that I wasn't gonna be able to fly jets in the Marine Corps, then I decided, okay, let's go with another adrenaline rush, and let's go work undercover and buy dope from people that don't know I'm there to put them in jail. So, but I spent 11 years in patrol, so, you know, for various reasons. No, one is I was good at patrol. I was good at doing my job. I always, you know, not trying to brag or anything, but I mean, I've always had a lot of pride in doing whatever I do. Whatever I get involved in, I want to do it to the best of my ability, and I was good at, you know, once I learned how to do it, then you know, I was good at it. So I was an asset in patrol, number one. Number two, at the time, particularly at the police department that I started out at, then getting to narcotics was more who you know as opposed to what you know, and I've never been the type to kiss up to anybody, and particularly when I was younger, I almost felt that it was my obligation to speak out against favoritism and everything. So I kind of hamstrung my own career by virtue of, instead of telling the supervisors in narcotics what I thought would get me to narcotics, then when I would tell them, I'm me, I'm gonna do and say what needs to be said, and I think y'all are a bunch of, butt kissing, blah, 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 then, a lot of times my mouth got me in trouble, or my mouth hamstrung me in my career. So, but I enjoyed doing patrol. I mean, I don't have any regrets for it. I enjoyed it. I'm proud of the work that I did. I'm, proud of the 11 years I did. So that was amazing. You really had an interesting life so far. I can't imagine what is next. Yeah, I know. It's like, yeah, sometimes Jeanette, with my ability to leap before I look, I don't know what's next, and sometimes I'm scared to find out. What is it, Doodle? I think the Doodle is a little upset. Let me grab the phone off the stand. We'll see if we can get beans. All right, Doodle. Meow. What, Doodle? Hey, baby. Where the beans? Where the beans? 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 Where's those other beans? Brat? Oh, I seen the beans. Oh, look, we got beans. silly Rosie. Oh, chin scratches. Yeah, now that she's getting all her attention. There's a happy girl. Ow, ow. Meanness. Fighting daddy. Ow. Yeah, we'll skip the bean dip today. See how her tummy does. Yeah, see how the image is kind of jumpy. Because I'm 64% CPU usage. Yeah, I've got to go pick up that other computer so I can run the show on a computer that's not all filled up. Might run a little faster, get a little better quality live stream. What is it, Doodle? You want your kisses? You want your kisses? One for Jeanette. One for Ryan. One for Marilyn. And one for me. So yeah, we did kisses. We got beans. Marilyn, check the. I don't know where the post would be. I don't know if it would. I don't know. I don't know if you can get a notification, but the post of the general doodle should at least be on her homepage, I think. So be sure and check there. If not, let me know. Let me know next week. If we don't get around to it today, let me know next week, and I'll see about posting it somewhere else, so that you can get access to the picture that Ryan did. So what, baby? What is it? So yeah. Well, there we go. And it says 5 watching now. I know we've got Jeanette, Marilyn, Ryan. Now, does that count? Does that 5 count? Because I'm watching it on the channel, so I can see the chat. So where it says 5 watching now, does that include me? And then somebody else is watching, or is it not include me and 2 somebody else's are watching? I don't know how that works. So anyway, so all that to say, to the 1 or 2 other people watching, thank you for being here. Hope you enjoyed the live live stream, even though it went completely off the rails while I was trying to find those pictures. But, and then to the Rosie Army, the regular Rosie Army, I have enjoyed it once again. I think we're gonna wrap it up here and let her get some, let her lay down, get some rest. I'm gonna run to the store, and then I've got laundry to do. I've got blankets to clean and stuff. So, yeah, no, I don't either. So, but it is what it is. But yeah, so thank you again, everybody, for being here. I have absolutely enjoyed it. Y'all have made my day, made my week. Y'all are my decompression from all the week's silliness, put it that way. But other than that, everybody have a good, safe, productive week. Please stay safe and warm from all these subarctic temperatures, ice, snow, all that stuff. Look out for each other. Look out for your neighbors, for your family, friends. Check in with them. See if there's anything they need. If somebody in your orbit is in need, help them out, because these are unusual temperatures that are blowing through. So we just need to watch out for each other. Other than that, everybody have a good, safe week. Be careful. And I'm going to leave it as usual. I'm going to leave it up for a few minutes, let everybody say their toodles to everybody. And yeah, other than that, I'm going to sign off for another week. Ryan, Jeanette, Marilyn, thank you all. Y'all do be careful, and everybody else, be careful. And have a good week. And other than that, you ready to say toodles doodle? Say toodles doodle. Oh, I said good girl. All right. She just pretty much called me an idiot, but hey, what's new? All right. Doodle doodle. All right. Doodles, everybody.